What's going on, guys? We are live with some Suzuki Alstare Extreme Racing. Or should I say, Suzuki Alstare Extreme Racing! At least that's how I assume the announcer would say it if there was an announcer in this game. Because it's extreme. You have to say it with an extreme voice. But anyway, I haven't played a whole lot of this game. I played it for a bit when I first got it, and that was about it. But I do remember liking it quite a bit. It is a pretty decent game. It's a motorcycle game, if you have not figured that out already. And yeah, I haven't played too many motorcycle racing games in general. Road Rash is about the only one I can think of. I mean, there are a lot of racing games that have motorcycles in them, but not really. I haven't really played many straight up motorcycle racing games, so yeah, this is one of the few. But anyway, we're gonna play through some of the main, I guess, campaign of the game and see how far we can get. I am starting from scratch here. I don't remember if I had a save for this or not, but either way, why did it, see, confirm letter, left, right, select letter. How do I go to the next letter? Okay, it just confirms it. Oh, okay, I got it. I was pressing the wrong button there. There we go. Okay, cool. Name is entered. I've accomplished the first step. All right, so you get to pick your leathers, your outfit. I do quite like this one here, so we'll go with that. All right, so session 1, we got 3 different tracks to race through: Sandstone Canyon, Tropical Trail, and White Mountain. Hey, what's going on, Dingo? I only have one bike to choose from. You can change automatic and manual transmission. I think you can customize the bike as well. You can make it better at handling, faster, or there's one other thing as well. But the stats have to stay balanced, so if you put handling up, the speed goes down, I think, and vice versa. But I'm gonna let everything stay at default. Pretty good with that. The game controls pretty well, for the most part. No problem with the controls in the game. The physics are a bit weird, I think, if I remember right. I mean, they're alright, I guess. I've seen worse. It's a decent looking game as well. It's not phenomenal. It's definitely not one of the best looking games on the Dreamcast, but it does look quite clear and sharp in VGA, which is always nice. But the textures are kind of bland. I believe this is a PS1 port, so that would explain that. So think high resolution PS1. There's a bit of pop-in as well in the distance. Can't really complain too much though. I think it actually looks quite decent. The game is fairly easy at the beginning, at least. As I said, I haven't played much of it, so I've pretty much only played the first session, as I call it. And that was pretty easy. I got first place, I think, every time. If you could go back and look at my first look video on this game, I came in first every time, I believe. So it's not much of a challenge, at least at the beginning anyway. We'll see what happens later on. Congratulations, you've entered the best times. It was the best of times. And the worst of times. Alright, I did not beat the record for fastest lap time. That honor goes to Mr. Fujiwara. Beat me by a few seconds there. I am ahead of him in the current championship, though. I beat him by 0.1 second. I get 10 points. Sweet. Let's head on over to the tropics. Yeah, so I'll show you the bike modifier here. Press the X button, you can increase your power, but then steering and braking goes down. Increasing steering you know, makes the other stuff go down. So it kind of has to balance out no matter what you do here. But I'm just going to leave everything at default here. I'm fine with that. Hey, what's up, James? Top of the evening to you. Oh, shoot. I did that. I just actually went over my first look video that I did of this game, and I did that exact same thing. I hit that exact same rock the first time I played this track. Wow. Got a bit of airtime there. Yeah, you kind of go flying if you hit anything in this game. Which I suppose is fairly true to life. This track requires a bit more concentration than the last one. Oh, jeez. Some fairly closed-in areas, and obviously a lot of rocks. Don't worry, I'll get it. It'll take me another lap to figure this out. I'm trying to read the chat, but I probably shouldn't. I'm inevitably going to crash if I get distracted here. I crash even if I'm not distracted. Man, I do that same thing every time. I gotta take that turn a lot sharper. A bit of track memorization is needed. And braking around corners. Better than that Ducati rubbish. I haven't played Ducati yet. I think I recently bought that. I forget. I know that's one of the games I needed. I think that's one of the games I got recently. I haven't tried it yet, though. So I can't comment on that. Shoot. I'm just gonna hit that every time. Every single time. Well, I got third place. Jeez. It's awful. Good to know, James. Well, I'm guessing I qualified at least. I got third place. Let's see how many points I have overall. I got 4 points for that. Okay, so I'm second now behind Fujiwara. That's okay, I can catch up. I just need first on the next one. So hello to everyone in the chat that came in while I was racing there. My Retro Life, Tarnish, and Isaac. Welcome to the stream. Alright, we're gonna head to White Mountain next. I remember playing the PC version of this back in the day. It went by the title Red Line Racer. Yeah, the Japanese version of this game is called Red Line Racer. Pretty sure that version did have a wild announcer? I don't know, I don't think there was. I'm pretty sure I've watched a video of Redline. I do know Suzuki Alstare is a much updated version of that game, because there were apparently a lot of problems with Red Line Racer that they fixed in this version. I don't know any specifics, but I do know that. Alright, let's get into this. Yeah, you gotta have a snow level. I mean, we may be racing motorcycles, but snow's not gonna stop us. It may be dangerous racing on ice, but screw it, man. We're going for it. We're extreme, man. This game wouldn't be extreme without snow and ice. Yeah, even though the graphics in this game aren't the best, the environments are actually pretty nice. I like the track designs. You can also do a wheelie in this game, and it will give you a speed boost, but you kind of have to be on a straightaway to do it, otherwise you're going to crash. There's a meter on the bottom right there that, or not really meter, but whatever you call it. The thing with the red in it. And that tells you how much you have of wheelie speed boost to use. I just went right through that wall. Luckily, the CPU players are not very good. At least at the beginning, anyway. There aren't too many straightaways on this track, so I don't think I'll be trying out the wheelie here. It's a very curvy track. Man! You can't take that corner too tightly. End up hitting the checkpoint. Try a little bit of a wheelie there. Here. Tiny wheelie. I'm not sure how you fill the boost meter. It does seem to go up over time. It might just go up by itself. But I don't know if there's anything specific that you need to do. Actually doing fairly well. I actually have a pretty good lead. Yeah, judging by that map there, the guy in second place is fairly far behind me. Nice. Take that, Yuki Rawa, whatever your name is. All the incredible 90s racing game announcers, maybe I just feel like one should have been in the game. It should. I mean, it needs an extreme announcer. If you're going to put extreme in the title of your game, you have to have an extreme announcer. You need extreme tracks. They really should have included weapons, like Road Rash. That would have been really extreme. Fujiwara, that's the guy's name. I am now in first place, and that would be the final race for the first session, so congratulations. Try a new championship. Thank you, I will. I will. Riding a motorcycle on sand is pretty extreme, to be fair. Yeah, true. That might actually be even more extreme than riding on snow. Let's change up my outfit. Just for the heck of it, we'll go with the purple one there. It fills up by going through the checkpoints. Oh, yeah, maybe. I didn't notice. But I really didn't use it at all during that race anyway. I filled up my meter to the top by the end of that race, but... So, I unlocked another bike. It looks basically the same, except this is a racing version, which is, I guess, more aerodynamic than the standard one. Let's try that one. I am racing, after all, so I should be using the racing version of my motorcycle. Hey, I didn't hit the rock this time. Ooh, this does seem to be quite a bit faster than the other one. Or maybe it's just my imagination. Maybe I'm just thinking it should be faster. because it's a racing bike, but it does seem faster. I almost avoided it. Alright, time to do a wheelie. It's a good place to do it, on the beach. Wheelies on the beach. Yeah, so the meter does go up when you go through checkpoints. Good to know. So I don't think the CPU players have gotten any more difficult. I tried to avoid it, I slowed down to a halt, and I still went flying over it. Whatever. One of these days, I'll remember to take that turn sharply. Okay, right here, right here. There we go, see, I did it. Now I finally got the hang of this track. Finished first place. Sweet deal. Speedometer shows about 20 units faster on straights. Yeah, I imagine. I have to use the brakes a lot going around the corners, so it slows me down. Congrats, you've entered the best times. It's always good being in the best times. Alright, on to Brooklyn Nights. This one gave me a lot of problems the first time I played the game. A lot of obstacles to avoid on this one. It's a city track with a bunch of crates everywhere. Thinking maybe I should go with the standard one. Just because I kind of want to go slower on this track. Try not to crash too many times. Oh, I could have taken that turn a bit sharper there, but oh well. There was a U-turn there. I remembered that. Do quite like the look of this track. Cityscapes at night are usually pretty good. I do the same thing there every time. All things considered, I'm not doing too badly. Ooh, that was close. I don't think there are any shortcuts or anything like that you can take on this game. At least not that I've found. You pretty much have to follow the track. Yeah, I am doing surprisingly well on this track. If you go and look at my first look video, I crashed every 2 seconds on this track, pretty much. Especially at that spot. Yeah, I think we got the win in the bag on this one. It's a fairly long track. I'm still actually only on lap 2. Yeah, a lot longer than the previous tracks. Oh, shoot. This track actually kind of reminds me of San Francisco Rush. I mean, it's not really a futuristic city, but it's a city nonetheless. Or Tokyo Extreme Racer, one of the two. I keep forgetting that's a U-turn. I eventually remember. At least I don't crash. So it could be worse. Could go right into that wall. Did that. Oh great, someone passed me. I was doing so good. I guess just with, like, a lot of games I play, I just get worse as I play. No exception. See? I've lost it, that's it. It's the end of the stream right here, folks. I've peaked. Alright, well, I might pull this off after all. Might just. Ooh, skirted that. There, we pulled it off. We pulled it off. Thought I might lose it at the last second there, but I kicked it into high gear. I did it. I'm not sure if I've ever asked this before. What was your favorite game during when the Dreamcast was contemporary? Believe it or not, James, I did not own a Dreamcast when it was contemporary. Yeah, I didn't get a Dreamcast till a fair bit after it was discontinued. But it would still be Shenmue. Alright. We have a fairly substantial lead here. Paravano is quite a bit behind me. I got this set to toddler difficulty. There are no difficulty settings as far as I can tell, James. The options menu is pretty sparse. I assume it's going to get more difficult as I play, but I don't know. And so far, it seems that they have not gotten any more difficult, CPU players. But we'll see what happens. Okay, so I've not actually played this track before. This reminds me a lot of a certain game that you just played recently on stream, James. Take a guess what that game is? It's the best racing game on Dreamcast, indeed. Good old Spirit of Speed. Yeah, nice little farm landscape. I'd say the foregrounds are actual... They look like actual pictures. I don't think the foregrounds were actually drawn. And if they were, they did a really good job. They look like actual photos. Like photo geometry. Doing a bit of wall riding there. Yeah, I mean, I'm continually impressed with the tracks in this game. I love my wall riding. It's so extreme. And I'm gone. Another thing I'll say about this game is it has a rock-solid frame rate. It doesn't run at 60 frames per second, it is 30. But it's very smooth. I have not seen any frame rate hiccups at all. Unlike the best racer on the Dreamcast. Yeah, another win. Sweet. This track reminds me of Cruisin' World. I actually haven't played Cruisin' World. I played another cruising game. I forget which one it was. But not World. The problem with most racing games from this point onwards is they try to make them more realistic looking and the tech wasn't quite there, so they just looked ugly and bland. Whereas games like this and other 90s racers embrace that colorful, arcadey look and are timeless. Yep, I'll have to agree on that. As I said, I mean, technically the graphics in this game aren't phenomenal. The Dreamcast could do a lot better than this. Because I mean, there's no reflections at all on the bikes, there's no shadows. There really isn't much as far as, you know, the tires kicking up dirt or anything like that. No real fancy effects. But it's a good looking game as far as the tracks and how everything looks. It is colorful, like you said. So yeah, not technically impressive, but a good-looking game nonetheless. Going back to some snow here. I imagine the PS1 version of this was probably considered a very good-looking game. I actually don't think I've seen footage of the PS1 version, but yeah, I imagine it was probably a fairly good-looking game for the PS1. But then you put it on the Dreamcast, it's obviously less impressive. I realize I still haven't really used the wheelie speed boost a whole lot. I just don't really want to risk it. I'm able to maintain my lead pretty easily, for the most part. So I don't want to screw it up by doing a wheelie into a wall. Hello, Quebec. This is not a terrible game, actually. Oh, jeez. See what happens when I look at the chat. Oh, man. Yeah, this is actually a pretty good game. Not bad at all. Apparently this was PC and Dreamcast only, no PS1 release? Really? No, it might have been on the PS1 as Redline Racer. Did you check that? Because it was Redline Racer on the Dreamcast in Japan. That might be what the PS1 version was released to, because I could have sworn there was a PS1 version of this. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Huh, okay. Yeah, so apparently I've been thinking this whole time that this was a PS1 port. And I've been dead wrong. Well, color me corrected then. So that would mean that this is not a port at all, because it wouldn't have been a port of the PC version. It doesn't use Windows CE. Well, at least it's not an easy port using Windows CE. They did use the Katana SDK for this. Alright, it's on to Tudor Hill. Obviously, the Game Boy Color version is the best version. Obviously. Oh yeah, this is a new track. Different time of day, too. Nice. Or is this the... This is not that other track that I played, just at a different time of day, is it? It's kind of a... kind of a farm track, but... No, I don't think it is. This is a different one. Similar, though. Yeah, that's right too. This was a launch game in Japan, right? It wasn't a launch game in the US, I don't think. This came out quite a bit later than the Japanese version. But yeah, it was one of the Japanese launch titles, if I remember right. Oh, it wasn't a Japanese launch title? Where did it come out on launch then? I didn't think this was a US launch title, but maybe I just didn't remember it being a launch title. Oh, shoot. I barely hit that corner. Come on. I think the physics are a bit exaggerated in this game. There have been a few times where I've just barely skimmed a wall. Or maybe hit a wall at 1 mile an hour, and I go flying. Nice. The headlight effect is not so great in this game. It's quite blocky, as you can see. There are only 4 Japanese launch titles: Godzilla, July, Virtua Fighter 3, and Pen Pen. Yeah, that sounds about right. I was thinking Redline might have been one of them, but I guess not. It was definitely a European launch title. I assumed it was in US too, as we were only a month behind you. I don't know. Let me look that up real quick. Oh, okay. Don't have to. Thank you, Jared. Came out on November 10th in Europe, November 16th in the US. Yeah, so it wasn't a US launch title. I didn't think so. Yeah, because I played all of the launch titles, or at least most of them, on one of the anniversary streams that I did a while ago. And this wasn't one of the games. Alright, so back to the city track. I haven't unlocked any new bikes yet, which is kind of surprising, because I unlocked that first one pretty quickly. How dare you spread misinformation in my chat, James? Only accurate information allowed. Can I do this? Yes, I can. So that's sort of kind of a shortcut there. CPU players knew about that shortcut too, though. Oh, I need to change the Dreamcast Club Member of the Month. Shoes time is up. Excuse me, sir. I can do a wheelie here. There are a couple fairly long straightaways here that I can do wheelies on. Extreme physics. Extreme. Yes, a bit of a correction. They're not inaccurate physics, they're extreme physics. Man. And that was an extreme crash. To be honest, I miss extreme in video game titles. We need more of that. We need more extreme in our lives. Let's bring back extreme. Don't you dare pass me. This is where I could use a billy club. Man, I hit that corner every time. Alright. Speed boost. Look at that wheelie, man. Extreme wheelie! Man, this game really needed an announcer to announce everything you do in the game. Extreme turn! Extreme wheelie! Extreme crash! That would have been amazing. Oh, shoot. Man, I avoid those crates almost every lap, except for the last lap. Then I hit them. Alright, just gonna survive past the finish line and I'm good to go. Skimmed the corner a bit there, but that's fine. There we go, nice. I think I've won every race except for that, was it the second race I got third place? I'm so good at this game. One might say I'm extremely good at this game. How many Dreamcast games could have benefited from having Extreme in the title? So many, James. So many. Extreme Shenmue. That's what we all needed. Extreme Shenmue. Man, I am just annihilating Fujiwara. Alright, final one here. Coastal Falls. I don't know if I played this one yet. We're about to find out. Hello, Brandon. Nope, I have not played this track yet. Oh, this is nice. Ooh, that pop-in's not so nice. Mountain kind of appeared out of nowhere, but yeah, I like this. Nice little coastline. Some more beach racing. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was a shortcut. Extreme shortcut. I mean, honestly, a bit more of a long cut, but whatever. A lot of rocks to hit here. Yeah, I like the giant ship that has been beached there. That's quite cool. Ooh, that was close. Excuse me, fellas. Don't mind me. Just gonna pass you. Thank you. There we go. Back in my rightful place. First place. This actually might be one of my favorite tracks so far. Quite like this. I think this was the only game on Dreamcast that had Extreme in the title, right? Pretty sure. I think we've solved it, folks. This is why the Dreamcast was discontinued. This is why the Dreamcast wasn't a huge success. Wow, that was a nice jump. Had I landed it, it would have been pretty nice. Yeah, it just didn't have enough games with Extreme in the title. In fact, they should have called it the Extreme Dreamcast. The Extreme Cast. Had they done that, man. Ah, second place. Man. Oh, Extreme Sports, that's right. Forgot about that one, James. Yeah, that one's pretty extreme as well. But that's fine. I have enough points to win. So Chile came in second place this time with 24 points. A measly 24 points. No match to my 36. Nice. Okay, oh, so that was the Novice Championship. So that's why the CPU players didn't get any better. So now they should get more difficult now that I'm up to Reserve Session 4. And there's a Team after that. Are these supposed to be difficulty levels? There's Novice, Reserve, and Team. Novice makes sense. I have no idea what Reserve and Team are supposed to mean. But okay. We're gonna call this medium difficulty, apparently. It's Reserve. Ooh, I unlocked a new bike. It didn't even change. There is very little difference between the R600 Racing and the R Super Sport. Exact same design. It's got a black tailpipe. And the shape changed ever so slightly. Okay. There's no customization as far as the color and design of the bike is concerned. So what you get is what you get. And this is pretty much exactly the same as the last bike. I'm sure mechanically it is different. I have a feeling if I expect to win any races from this point on, I'm gonna have to start using the wheelie. Yeah, the computer players are definitely faster now. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Extreme ow. I should not be alive after that one. Jeez. They're a lot more violent now, too. It probably is game over, if I'm being honest. This might be as far as I'm going to progress in this game. Because I am not doing very well in this race. I'll see you later, James. Thanks for stopping by. Well, I'm actually passing some racers now. Did they slow down? Did they feel bad for me? Oh, jeez. The physics in this game may be a bit extreme, but at least it's not as bad as something like Roadsters. In Roadsters, you hit any other racers, or you hit a wall, you do anything, you're gonna go flying. This one's not quite as bad. Physics are okay for the most part, and you don't normally seem to crash. At least I don't think I've ever actually crashed by hitting another racer. So I don't know if that's even possible. But yeah, it's not too bad. Anyway, congrats. 3rd place. Could have been worse. I'll take it. There are apparently only 3 races in this session. I guess that's how they all start out. Must all start out with 3 races. As you progress, the sessions have more races in them. Oh, geez, he's dead. He ain't coming back from that. Wait, do I have a... Oh, you have a certain amount of time to get to each checkpoint. I never noticed that. I mean, I guess I never really had an issue getting to the checkpoint within the time limit. This is actually a new track. It's another snow track, but it's different than the last one. Or the first one, I should say. Wow, I'm actually 1st place. For how long, though? That's the real question. Luckily, I have many stunt doubles, apparently. I am positive my racer has died at least 3 times so far. Make that 4. Alright, he might be able to recover from that one. He might recover. Might recover from that one too. Just a light crash. A light extreme crash. Man. Yeah, that he was dead after that one for sure. I was doing so good too. Alright, hopefully I can catch up. This is the final lap too. Take this. Yeah, see, I can take the turn better than the CPU player can. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. I'm gonna get 3rd again. I want 1st. I will be winner. No. The CPU player seems to speed up and slow down when you're around them. Like when you're behind them, they tend to slow down sometimes. But I won. Nice. I might be able to progress a bit farther after all. Hey, Harvey Jones. Nice choice. Music on this game is so rad. Yeah, it is pretty good music in this game. It's a good game overall. It does not work online. That would have been cool, but no, unfortunately no online play. Alright, city track. Oh man. Oh shoot. I didn't hit the crates this time, I hit the wall. Ooh, that was close. I tend to have a lot of close calls at that wall. Wow, I have a decent lead. Still got a bit to go, though. This is probably the longest track in the game, at least so far. Well, I'm maintaining my lead so far. Final lap. So as long as I don't make any deathly mistakes, should be good to go. Bit of a slalom there. Over our jump. Oh, wipeout. Shoot. I had a good lead. How the heck did he come out of nowhere and pass me? Get out of my way. Cheating CPU players. Man, he's gonna pass me again, isn't he? I'll do my wheelie boost. Oh, that was close, but I did it. I did it. Alright, so that should be a pass for this first championship. Nice. Alright, session 5. We are almost halfway through this game. Ooh, new track. Castle Raceway. I do quite like castles. Imagine I will like this track. Question is, does this track actually have any castles? It could be a lie. The castles could be a lie. Nope, there is a castle. Hey, they did not lie about the castles. I appreciate that. I appreciate honesty in my track titles. Oh, this game is by Criterion, in case you guys didn't know. Of Burnout fame. This is not quite Burnout, although it does have some pretty extreme crashes in it. So far, so good. It's a fairly easy track, nothing too crazy. There are a couple zigzags here and there, but for the most part, it is fairly straightforward. Wheelie speed boost. Okay. I crashed into air that time, apparently. I was jumping over the wall, but I hit an invisible barrier, I guess. The game does not want me jumping over walls. Definitely curious how much more difficult the CPU player will get in the final championship. Because so far, it doesn't seem like they've increased in difficulty that much. A little bit. I can definitely tell they're faster now. a little harder to pass. But considering this is essentially the first time I'm playing through this game, they don't seem too difficult. I'm not really having that much of an issue. And I'm certainly no pro at racing games, that's for sure. Except maybe Mario Kart. I'm very good at Mario Kart. Aside from that, though, I'm a very average racing game player. And I'm having very, very little issue playing through this so far. Qualified every race. Man. It's like the chat's gone a bit silent now. Everyone left. They got bored. They got bored of my amazing racing skills. So I'm guessing this is probably gonna take the crown for best motorcycle racing game on the Dreamcast, because there are only two, I believe. There's this and Ducati World, and from what James said, apparently Ducati World is awful, so... And I trust him. He is, He's very, very into racing games, so... But I have yet to check out Ducati World for myself, so I've only recently picked that up. But I'm very much enjoying this so far. And considering I am over halfway through the game at this point, I don't see myself not enjoying it as I play further. Yeah, nothing really to complain about in the game. Everything is quite good. The handling, the graphics are, while not technically impressive, they are nice to look at. And it's got good music. And the track design is very good as well. Man, I could not avoid that. I literally hit the brake there and I just could not stop in time. This game is not online, Nope. Oh, man. I'm gonna start doing that again. I'm never gonna learn. Never gonna learn. Okay, apparently you can crash when you hit another racer. Okay. Well, I confirmed that. Jeez. I think I'm having a harder time taking these turns because this bike is faster than the first one. Jeez, I could not pass those guys. Gotta remember to brake around some of these turns. Man, these guys they're making a wall, so I can't pass them. Well, I didn't hit the boulder that time, so that's good. 4th place, though, man. Because you keep missing my Thomas Wave Kenju chats. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that that was ported. Not really something I'm interested in. I'm not a fighting game fan. I played a few of the fighting Thomas Wave ports. But that's about all I plan on doing. Because I don't really like the fighting games. I might check out the 3D fighter. Forget which one that was, forget what that was called. It was a 3D one that was recently ported. So I'm definitely not going to be able to play through the entire game in the stream, but I think I can probably finish this championship at the very least. Oh, jeez. Every time I crash, I get passed. No matter how far ahead I am, they will pass me. Oh, well. And there goes pretty much everyone, except for one. Man. Okay, well, I might as well. I'm already headed to last place. I might as well go all the way there. Alright. Now that I've had my fill of last place, let's try and get back up to first. I keep trying to go over the wall, but the game won't let me. No shortcuts for you. Oh, that was the last lap? Jeez. 6th place. Yeah, that was not a good showing right there. That was not a good showing. Hey, what's going on, DC UK? didn't realize how good this game looked. Yeah, I've been saying, or I've said a few times during the stream, it's not a great looking game technically. There's not a whole lot going on as far as reflections, shadows, particle effects, any of that sort of stuff. But the tracks are really nice to look at. Very, very well designed tracks. Apparently I qualified regardless of coming in 6th place that time. Oh, I unlocked another bike. Why do all of the bikes pretty much look exactly the same? Because again, there's no customization for the look of the bike. They're all the same design, except slightly modified, which is kind of disappointing. I mean, obviously they're all Suzuki Alstares. So, but they are different models. They're just, yeah, there's not a huge difference between them. Well, my bike is going in the river. Good thing I have spares. Well, I think this might be it, folks. I think I might be done for today. I just can't race anymore, apparently. I think I peaked about halfway through the stream and then downhill from there. Maybe 3/4 through the stream was my best showing. But now things are just falling apart. Ah, man. Forgot about the U-turn. Yeah, I think we'll probably end up making this the final race for the stream. I don't think I'm gonna qualify for the next championship at this rate. This has been fun, though. Glad I decided to stream this today. Because I've never really put a whole lot of time into this game. As I said at the beginning, I pretty much played it once a couple of years ago. And I haven't really touched it since. Very impressed with this game, though. This is a game that I don't think really got a lot of recognition when it was first released. And I don't even think the reviews were all that great for it. But I think it's a bit of a hidden gem. Or should I say polished diamond? I think hidden gem might be a Metal Jesus copyright. It's an invisible diamond. Yeah, this is going great. I did recover there, but then I did that. See, I always fall apart at the worst time. It's like I could do perfectly throughout the entire race, and then at the final lap, right before the finish line, I'll crash 2 or 3 times. I just can't take the pressure. Can't take the pressure. Hey, I actually won after all that. I think I crashed at least 5 times during that race. But I still managed to come in first place by some miracle. Are you kidding me? I crashed when I'm no longer controlling the bike? What the crap? Or is this a replay? I don't know if this is just continuing and letting the CPU controller, or if it's a replay. It might be a replay. That would explain why it crashed. Wow, I actually qualified. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here anyway, because I'm just about out of time, and I'm not gonna be able to go through all these races in the time that we have left, which is about 5 minutes, so probably best to just end it here. I'm very intrigued by that last track, though. Devil Gate Drive. And I might have to stream this again at some point. Maybe play through the next half of the game. See if I can actually finish it. Maybe at some point. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for the stream for today. So thanks for watching. I will be back on Friday, as usual, for some Worms World Party. So look forward to that. But yeah, you guys should definitely check out this game if you haven't already. I think it's a very, very cheap game on the Dreamcast, so there's no excuse not to grab this. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And I will see you next time.